The world will never be the same. Brace for impact.
The icon of the popular free-to-play battle royale game Fortnite, Jonesy. Alright. Please, everybody, stop. I probably should have pointed out that this is a character that a lot of people hate the idea of. And honestly, I don't understand why. Now for the two of you who have no idea what Fortnite is a free-to-play battle royale game in which you have to play online against 99 other real players and try to be the last one left on the island. But in order to be the last player left on the island, you must have a good strategy. But now you may be asking, why do people hate this idea? It may sound fun, right? To be honest, I don't know. A lot of people hate a bunch of things in the Smash community. Some people got upset over Steve from Minecraft. Now, if I had to guess why, it's probably because Fortnite has a lot of stuff in it that's, how do I put this, cringy.
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you.
But cringiness aside, the game is still fun and there's a lot of potential you could use for a Smash moveset. In fact, I think Jonesy would probably be one of the most unique characters. I consider him a combination of three characters that's already in Smash: Solid Snake, Inkling, and of course, Steve from Minecraft. How? Well, just keep watching the video and I'll explain. For Jonesy's default appearance, he will be in his Chapter 1 Season 1 outfit, and Ramirez will be accompanying him in this game as well. The reason I chose Ramirez instead of just Jonesy is because I wanted to represent the main Battle Royale mode and the Save the World mode. Ramirez representing the Save the World mode, while Jonesy represents the Battle Royale mode. The next two costumes for Jonesy and Ramirez will change them up into their Chapter 2 outfit, which is based on their more recent design. The next costume is for Jonesy, and it's Agent John Jones, an agent working for the Imagined Order, or the IO for short. He ends up having to go to the island to basically prevent anybody from escaping, and almost destroys the island as a result, mainly because he just wanted to get more collabs in. Now there is an actual alternate design for this costume where it looks more battle fit, but if you look very closely to the details, this would not be able to make it into Super Smash Bros. Now on to Ramirez's third costume. She changes into Bright Bomber, arguably the most iconic female skin in all of Fortnite. The final outfit for Jonesy is the Skull Trooper, arguably one of the most bought skins during Halloween. And the final costume for Ramirez will be her in her Dark Bomber outfit. I know a lot of people point out that this one is identical towards the Bright Bomber, but there are quite a few differences. For instance, the fact that she gets grayish white skin and her entire costume changes to a more darker tone. But now moving on to the neutral attacks. For Jonesy's neutral attack, he'll use his pickaxe and quickly swing it forwards. He does it in a very slow manner and it does have a little bit of end lag, but it is his most powerful neutral attack. His side tilt, on the other hand, will not be him swinging his pickaxe, and the reason for that is because it's just too boring. Also, it looks too much like Steve's if you think about it. Instead, the move will be a combo-based move. Jonesy will pull out a sword and quickly slice it in front of him. Now, if this move sounds familiar in some way, then you're probably thinking of Sora's side tilt. And the reason for that is because this move is basically that. It's a multi-hit move. But unlike Sora's side tilt, it'll only be diagonally across Jonesy, and it won't reach a high distance like Sora's does. For Jonesy's up tilt, he'll just swing a huge sledgehammer above him. This one does a lot of knockback damage. And his down tilt will be a simple pistol shot. This one actually works a lot like some of the kick moves you see in Super Smash Bros. You can press this multiple times and it will hit multiple times. However, you can actually run out of ammo, but more on that in the special moveset. Now moving on to the aerial attacks, Jonesy's neutral area will be him swinging the sledgehammer all around him. It's strong, fast, and if a certain player is near Jonesy when this move is presented, it's possible to actually dunk the opponent. For Jonesy's forward air, he'll shoot a huge shotgun right in front of him. This has a multi-hitbox, so you can hit multiple people at once. For Jonesy's back air, he'll choose his pistol once again, and this time he'll shoot in 3 diagonal ways. For Jonesy's up air, he'll bring out his submachine gun and shoot multiple times above him. This one works identically towards the Mii Gunner's up air. And the down air will be his most powerful aerial attack, the rocket launcher. For this attack, Jonesy will shoot a rocket right beneath him. Anybody caught within this short range explosion will be sent flying. It's also a projectile, which means you have to be careful with this move. Now moving on to the smash attacks. For Jonesy's forward smash attack, he'll use the charge shotgun. It'll shoot a bunch of bullets right in front of the player. It also has a little bit of end lag, but don't worry, it packs quite a punch. Now for Jonesy's up smash, he'll be using a trap panel. This trap panel will be none other than the spike trap panel. Now for this attack, I am going to break a massive rule, and that rule being that you have to build something in order to place it somewhere. For this game, we are going to be breaking that one. He'll just simply hold the trap instead of building it. Yeah, Fortnite fans, don't go after me. Much like Jonesy's up smash, his down smash will require him using a panel, but this time it's a zap panel. For this one, it really just teleports right in front of him and only strikes downwards. It can also be used on ledges, which means it's a great edge guarding move. And now moving on to what Jonesy's really known for, his special moveset. For Jonesy's neutral special, he wields a gun. I'm serious, he actually does. The gun he's wielding is his signature weapon, the assault rifle. This version is a little bit different than what you'd expect. Unlike Fortnite where it has a pretty good distance, this move in Smash doesn't. Think of it similar to the splatter shot attack like Inkling has. This move shoots rapidly. However, you can run out of bullets. In fact, this actually applies to literally all weapons that Jonesy will use in this game. Any weapon that he uses that wields bullets, he will run out of bullets. And the only way to get more is by pressing the shield button and the special button at the exact same time. Very similar to a few characters in Super Smash Bros., particularly Steve and Inkling. Now you may be asking, how will I be able to know when I run out of bullets? Well, the answer is quite simple. Near the health icon, you will actually see a meter that shows how many bullets Jonesy has left. This applies towards all the weapons. In Fortnite, however, it doesn't apply. In Fortnite, all the weapons use different types of ammunition. Much like Inkling's neutral special, you can move the weapon up and down slightly, just to get a better angle. But it still doesn't shoot that far. As a little side note, you can actually move backwards as well. And maybe even a little bit forwards if you don't accidentally break into your side special, which is our next topic. This side special will be a little complicated. If you simply tap the special button, he'll toss a grenade. Or to be more precise, he'll throw a random grenade. There will be 4 different types of grenades that Jonesy will throw. The first and most common, of course, being a regular hand grenade. This grenade will be a little bit short in terms of its length, and it does have a very weak explosion, but it is his most quickest attack. The second type of grenade he'll use will be the clinger. This one is basically the sticky bomb item. It sticks to a player, but it can also be stuck onto Jonesy if you're not too careful. This one has a very short detonation time, and it is a little bit more stronger in terms of its explosion. The next grenade will be the shockwave grenade. This grenade doesn't do any damage, but it can push players away. Think of it similar to Mario's flood ability. It'll just simply push players away. That does also include Jonesy as well, so you better be careful. And the final grenade will be the boogie bomb. And before you mention, no, Mario will not be doing some random Fortnite dance. This one will be the most rarest out of them all because this one will actually cause the player to break into a taunt. And that means Jonesy can actually attack him while doing so. I should also point out that you can't actually know which type of bomb you'll throw until you actually throw one. This move is a random move. so you won't be able to understand which type of bomb you'll have until you see the effects. Now that was if you just tap the special button. What happens if you hold it? Well, you'll build a wall. Now before you mention, no, this will not be like Steve's mining ability. In Super Smash Bros, Steve is able to mine the floor around him, meaning that whatever type of ground he's on, he'll get a certain material. For example, if he's on a stone platform, he'll get stone materials, meaning that he can use it to build stone blocks. This move will not be like Steve's. He won't be able to mine. In order to build something, you have to get a kill. And as you might have guessed, the more kills you've got, the more stronger materials you'll get. However, much like Steve's block placement, there is a limit to what you can build. For instance, you can't actually build walls at the edge of the stage. And there also is another issue. You can only build 2 walls at once. Otherwise, if you try to make another one, the previous one will disappear. However, there is actually an advantage towards building just 2 walls. If you have a very strong material, let's say metal, you can actually prevent players from damaging you if you decide to surround yourself with 2 walls. Now, despite you not being able to place walls at the edge of the stage, you can place stairs. And the way that this works is you have to be in the air and hold the side special in order to do that. And you can only build up to 3 stairs at a time. Also, if Jonesy's on these stairs while he builds them, they will slowly disappear after he builds one. Now moving on to the down special, the down special will be one of 2 different moves, depending on how much damage you got. The first one being shield potions, and the other one being a medkit. Let's start off discussing with the shield potion. The small shield potion will only work if you've got, say, 0 to 10% damage. The way this move works, Jonesy will quickly drink 2 at one time, and your damage will be reduced in half. Meaning that if somebody tries to attack you, you'll only receive half the damage. But if you've got over 10 damage, you will actually use a medkit. This one takes a lot longer to use because it's a medkit, and it takes a very long time. Unlike Fortnite, this will not be 10 seconds. You'll only use this move every 5 seconds. That way it doesn't become so broken. And now onto the recovery. While you can use the stairs as a way to recover back to the stage, the main recovery will be the launch pad. This one works only if you're on the ground. Then you may be asking, what happens if you're in the air and use it? You'll use the grappler. The way the launch pad will work is this. Jonesy will place one right beneath him and will be sent flying with the launch pad. Any player can also be sent into the launch pad, however Jonesy's the only one who can use his glider while doing so. This glider is just a glider. It causes him to move slightly left and right, just a tiny bit. However, Jonesy can still take damage while this move is presented. So if he takes, say, 10% damage, he will then be sent into free fall. However, if Jonesy's up in the air while using the up special, he will then use the grappler. The way the grappler functions is pretty simple. Jonesy will use this move to either recover back onto the stage, or to quickly launch himself towards an opponent who will then receive some damage. And now, on to the last part of the special moveset. The final smash will be the end. For this attack, Jonesy will use a Rift to go and immediately summon a Rift right in front of him. Up to 5 players can actually be caught in this at the same time. They will then be sent into a cinematic final smash. They will be right in the middle of the frozen and broken 0 point. But little do they know that the trouble isn't the 0 point itself, but the asteroid about to smash it. Right above the player is a massive asteroid, and will collide with the 0 point and cause a huge implosion, ending the cinematic. Anybody who was caught within this final smash who exceeded over 100% will be KO'd. This references the end of Chapter 1 season event in Fortnite, arguably one of the most impactful events in Fortnite. The stage of choice would of course be the entire Fortnite island. I know some people would probably prefer the Tilted Towers area, and while I think that could also be a possibility, at the same time, I think it's best to represent the entire island of Fortnite, and it'd be really best to represent the game that way. Now the way the stage would work would actually be pretty unique compared to most stages. It would have the same feature that most stages have, move from one platform to another. Or in this case, move from one section of the island to another. Now, the specific locations I feel like would change depending on what type of season the island's going to be in, but for the most part, it would go with 3 different locations. Wood areas, Tilted Towers, big city areas, and of course, desert areas. Also, on the occasion, if you happen to be near the edge of the stage, sometimes a purple wall will show up. This wall is none other than the storm. In Fortnite, there's a massive thing you need to avoid, and that is the storm. The reason is because if you stay in the storm for way too long, you start taking all sorts of damage, and that applies here in Super Smash Bros. As well. Also, sometimes you'll see a huge battle going on in the background, and sometimes a player can even affect the stage by literally walking onto the platform and trying to attack anybody it sees. Now, if you manage to KO this opponent, you will get some items for it. Now, you were probably confused earlier when I mentioned the fact that there would be different seasons. How is that? Well, the seasons would change depending on what music plays in the background. For example, if I play a song from Chapter 1 Season 5, the season and background and everything else would change to Chapter 1 Season 5. And if event music is playing, the actual event itself will be playing in the background. So let's go ahead and hear some epic Fortnite tunes. In total, there would be 55 songs to choose from, 37 of which would be remixed. And as previously mentioned, depending on which season these songs originate from, the entire island would change to that specific season. I also went with a bunch of iconic emote songs, as those are really good as well. And that would be if Jonesy and Ramirez joined Super Smash Bros. While I don't understand why people don't want to see Fortnite in Super Smash Bros., I think it's bound to happen in a future Smash game. Whether or not that's a full fighter is anybody's guess, but I strongly think Fortnite will indeed be included in a future Smash game at some point. But is there a character that you guys like me to talk about next? If so, let me know down in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching, make sure to share, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.